very unusual way. He made a box this size right here, and he climbed inside that box and he mailed himself up north.
Mailed himself? Wow.
Yes. So if you want to come look, you can see the size of it. If a couple of the children want to climb in there, they're welcome to.
You should climb in it.
So they had contacted people up north, so they nailed him inside of the box, and what does it say on the front? It says,
Fragile?
this
Side
side up, fragile. But you know what? Those railroad people, they weren't always very gentle. And they would take that box and throw it in there, and he had to be quiet. And sometimes they would throw him on his back, and sometimes they would throw him on his head. And so for about 5 days, he lived inside the box.
Wow, 5 days.
He had water and he had food, and he stayed inside the box until he got up north. And once he got up north, he had friends that found him, opened the top, and he jumped out of the box and he was free.
I wonder if there's a story or recording of it. I mean, I feel like I've heard it.
There is.
Okay.
That is crazy. I never heard that story.
Oh, just imagine. Very awful.
Really? Where he mailed himself?
I mean, they didn't really have bathrooms.
Because he's
Back-
inside, right?
Right, they didn't have what we had during that.
Really?
I know.
This guy was at
Dig a hole, go to the bathroom.
Right, yeah, so he wasn't digging any hole in there.
Oh.
Stuck.
Alright, how tall was he? What was his?
I mean, he was
He
a
didn't go
grown
to the
man.
bathroom.
Wow.
I know, just saying it. You're.
Yeah, I guess you really couldn't go to the bathroom because you make smell.
Yeah, somebody's like, why does this box smell so bad? What's going on?
Now zoom
That might
the
have been
foundation
Yeah.
Discovery
to the
too.
house.
All right, so one more story I want to tell you really
Right.
quickly here was about a very famous person in the Adventist Church, and her name was Anna Knight. This is a picture of her. Anna Knight was the daughter of a Confederate white soldier, and her mother was a freed former slave of mixed race, and so Anna had a very light complexion. She could have passed off as somebody from South America or that kind of thing. But anyway, she was not allowed to go to school because down in the South they did not allow the black children to go to school. Isn't that terrible? And so she had a very inquisitive mind. She wanted to go to school. And so her cousins were white because her father was white. Her cousins were white. And so she bartered with them. She said, I will do your chores if you will teach me how to read and get me a book. And so that's what they did. She did their chores, and then they taught her how to read and write, and she would go out to the river and she would take the sand by the riverbank and smooth it, and she would take a stick and she would practice writing A, B's, and C's.
Oh, wow.
And so she ended up, they helped teach her how to read, so she ended up learning how to read. Then she ended up, back in the day, you used to be able to write in for free literature. So she could get free magazines. So she ordered all the free magazines she could get, and it happened to be that she ended up getting some of the Adventist papers.
Oh, wow.
And she studied those papers, and she decided that the teachings were true. So she wanted a Bible of her own. How many of you own your own Bible? Do you have a Bible that you take to Sabbath school? Sometimes? Maybe? Okay. So do you have a Bible in your home?
Yes.
All right. Okay. She did not have a Bible. And she did not have a way to buy because she worked in the fields out picking cotton. Now I will show you a cotton. This is what the cotton looked like. Now is cotton heavy or light? It's light, isn't it? So she had to pick 200 pounds. Does anybody here weigh 200 pounds that would be willing to say? Okay. You want to
lift your dad.
You want to pick your dad up? All right. That's how much of this cotton that she had to pick. And then her uncle would let her have his Bible. So she picked 200 pounds of that for a Bible. Do you think it took a long time or a short time?
It took a long time.
It took a long time.
And she's in the sun.
Yeah.
And then, it hurts your fingers.
Right.
Your fingers just peel off your skin.
Yeah. Yep, so anyway, long story short, she ended up finally going to school. She went to a school a little bit up north, and then she went to nurses school, and she ended up actually becoming the first black missionary. And she ended up actually going to India for 6 years. So this is what she says about her work. I'm just going to read it to you because it's so amazing. Oh, let me see if I can find it here. She ended, did I take it out? Maybe I took it out. She ended up traveling 554,000 miles in her 98 years.
98
I'm sorry.
554,000 miles.
Whoa,
And that did
back
not,
then.
that did
Whoa.
not include going to India.
Wow.
So without planes or anything.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was pretty amazing. She also was one of the people that helped to establish the YWCA. So, anyway, thank you, Anna. Okay, let's head
Nice.
this way.